Welcome to the Highcrest Audible. Each week you'll hear something new. It might be a short story, a non-fiction text, the next chapter of a novella, a narrative poem, a legend from an ancient civilization, or even a scene from a play. This half-term, we're immersing ourselves in myths and legends from around the world. This week, we're reading the Akan folktale from West Africa, Anansi and the Stories of the World. As always, at the end of every reading, you'll be asked one question. Get it right, and your form group earns house points. All it takes is for one member of your form to find Mr. Howes, state the accompanying word of the week, and provide him with the answer. Now, on to this week's reading. Enjoy. Long ago, before stories belonged to people, before they were told beside fires or passed from one generation to the next, all the stories of the world were kept in one place. They were not scattered across villages or carried in memory. Instead, they were owned by a single being, Nyame, the sky god. Nyame lived high above the earth, beyond the reach of ordinary creatures. From his great celestial home, he watched over everything below. The stories he possessed were not simple tales. They were the essence of imagination itself. They held laughter, wisdom, fear, and wonder. They explained the world, gave meaning to life, and shaped the way people understood themselves. Yet Nyame kept them to himself, guarding them as treasures too valuable to share. On Earth, there lived a spider named Anansi. Anansi was small and easily overlooked, but he was unlike any other creature. He was clever, endlessly curious, and full of restless energy. Where others accepted the world as it was, Anansi questioned it. He saw the emptiness left by the absence of stories. Without them, life felt quite unfinished, as though something important was missing. One day, Anansi decided that this could not continue. If stories exist, he said to himself, then they should belong to everyone. So he set out on a journey to the sky, determined to ask Nyame for the stories of the world. The journey was not an easy one. Anansi climbed higher than any spider had ever dared, weaving threads of silk to bridge the distance between earth and sky. He climbed through clouds and winds, through light and shadow, until at last he reached the great palace of Nyame. When he arrived, Nyame looked down at him with mild amusement. "You are very small," the sky god said. "Why have you come so far?" Anansi bowed, though his many legs made the gesture awkward. "I have come for the stories of the world," he said. "They should not belong to one alone. They should be shared with everyone." Nyame's laughter echoed across the sky. "You ask for something of great value," he said. "Do you think I would simply give them to you?" Anansi did not shrink from the question. "No," he said, "but I am willing to earn them." Nyame studied him for a moment, intrigued by his boldness. "Very well," the sky god said at last. "If you wish to have the stories, you must bring me 3 things. Onini, the great python. Osebo, the leopard with teeth like knives. And Umboro, the swarm of hornets that sting like fire. Capture them, and the stories will be yours." It was an impossible task. Each of these creatures was feared across the land. The python was vast and powerful, the leopard swift and deadly, and the hornets impossible to approach without pain. Nyame had set the challenge not to be completed, but to prove a point. Anansi, however, did not turn away. "I will return," he said, and began his descent back to the earth. When he reached the ground, he did not rush into action. Instead, he sat and thought. He knew he could not defeat these creatures by strength alone, but strength was not his greatest gift. He began with Onini, the python. The great snake lived near a river, its body long and heavy, coiled among the rocks. Many had tried to avoid it, for it was known to crush anything that came too close. Anansi approached cautiously, carrying a long vine. "Onini," he called out, "I have been arguing with my wife. She says you are longer than this vine. I say you are shorter." The python lifted its head, intrigued. "Your wife is wrong," Anini said. "I am longer than any vine you could find." "Prove it," Anansi replied. "Stretch yourself along this vine so I can measure." Pleased by the challenge, Anini stretched out its full length beside the vine. As it did, Anansi quickly looped the vine around the python, binding it tightly before it could react. Before Anini realized what had happened, it was already trapped. Anansi tied the end securely and carried the bound python away. Next, he turned his attention to Osebo, the leopard. The leopard was far more dangerous. It moved silently through the forest, its strength and speed making it nearly impossible to escape. Anansi knew he could not confront it directly. Instead, he dug a deep pit into the ground and covered it with leaves and branches. When the trap was ready, he went to find Osebo. "I have heard of your strength," Anansi said, standing at a careful distance. "But I wonder if you are as powerful as you claim." Osebo growled, stepping closer. "Test me," it said. "I have built something for you," Anansi replied. "A challenge to prove your might." He led the leopard towards the pit, careful to step lightly across the hidden opening. Osebo followed, confident and curious. The ground gave way beneath it. The leopard fell into the pit, trapped and unable to climb out. Anansi returned with ropes, lowering them down. "Hold on," he said. "I will help you out." As Osebo gripped the ropes, Anansi pulled them tight, binding the leopard securely before it could escape. Finally, Anansi faced his most difficult task, Mboro, the swarm of hornets. The hornets lived in a high hive within a tree, their stings feared by all who came near. Anansi knew that approaching them directly would be impossible. So, he filled a calabash with water and waited for a rainy day. When the rain began to fall, he went to the tree and poured the water over the hive. "Quick!" he called out. "A great storm is coming! You'll be washed away!" The hornets, believing his warning, rushed out of their hive. "Where can we go?" they asked. "Into this calabash," Anansi said. "It will keep you safe from the rain." One by one, the hornets flew inside. As soon as they were all within, Anansi sealed the opening tightly. With the python, the leopard, and the hornet secured, Anansi began his journey back to the sky. When he arrived before Nyame once more, he laid the three creatures at the sky god's feet. Nyame looked upon them in silence, his expression shifting from amusement to something deeper. "You have done what I thought impossible," he said. Anansi stood quietly waiting. "The stories are yours," Nyame declared. "From this day forward they will belong to the world, and they will be known as Anansi's stories." With that, the stories were released. They spread across the earth, carried in voices and memories, told in villages, whispered to children, and shared among friends. They became a part of life itself, shaping how people understood the world and one another. As for Anansi, he became known not for his size, but for his mind. He proved that cleverness could achieve what strength could not, and that even the smallest voice could change the world. And so, whenever a story is told, whether it brings laughter, teaches a lesson, or simply passes the time, it carries with it the echo of that moment when a small spider climbed to the sky and brought stories back to the earth where they belonged. We've just heard the story of Anansi and the Stories of the World, a tale that shows how cleverness and determination can achieve what strength alone cannot. Faced with an impossible task, Anansi sets out to win the stories for everyone, Not through force, but through wit and careful thinking. So here's your question. What 3 creatures does Anansi have to capture to win the stories from Nyame? When you've got your answer, find Mr. Howes, tell him this week's word of the week and your answer to that question. Have a great week.